So once there was a pregnant deer, and this pregnant deer was looking for a good place to deliver her baby. So it looked around and it sat at the bank of a river and ready to deliver its baby. And as it's about to do that, it sees in front that there is a forest fire happening. And as it looks to its left, it sees that there is a hunter that is pointing its arrow towards her. As it looks to the right, it sees a lion which is looking at her. And in this precarious situation, where there's a river behind her, there's a fire in front of her, there's a hunter to the left, and there is a lion on the right, what can this deer do which is pregnant? So any guesses what this pregnant deer does? It does the only thing that is in her control in the moment, which is to deliver her baby. And as the hunter is about to shoot his arrow at the deer, there is a lightning, and because of the lightning, he loses his mark, and the arrow hits the lion, and there is rain, and the water douses the forest fire. Now, why am I telling you this story? Is basically because the external environment and the external situations are never in our control. Whether it's external situations to our family environment, whether it's external situations of our work environment, whether it's external situations that's what's happening at the world at large, they are never in our control. So what is in our control and what is it that we can do? And if there is only one thing, if I may say, that is in our control, which determines the quality of our life, and that is our ability to manage the mind. And if we are able to manage our mind, then life is fine, no matter what the external situations may be, which may change over a period of time. So what can we do to manage our mind? So I'll give you 3 tips or 3 things which are very critical for mind management. The first, and you can use this like a formula called PEN. That's the acronym. So the first P of this acronym of PEN is to keep the mind positive. You must realize that whatever you are interpreting of life is nothing but an interpretation of your life based on what you think. It's like a thought passing by and you believe that thought and that becomes your reality. So if you believe a negative thought that, oh, I'm a victim of my circumstances, or there is no future left for me, or life is all bleak, then that becomes your reality, not because that is the reality, but that is the reality you're choosing to believe. So if you have to believe, then believe something positive. So which means avoid negative beliefs, but keep your mind positive as far as possible. The second thing, and which is really important, is to keep your mind engaged, which is the E. A mind which is, there's a quote which says that empty mind is a devil's workshop, which is absolutely true. If your mind doesn't have a structure, which doesn't have routine, it doesn't have something that you can look forward to doing every day, then your mind will go in all kind of negative directions. It could be as simple as maybe learning something new, maybe starting a new project, maybe if you like writing, starting a new blog, maybe cooking, maybe joining a course, but do something that is engaging your mind. Keep your mind engaged in something. And if it's a project which you can build on day after day, then all the more better. And that is about engagement. And last, but definitely not the least, is N is for notice. Now, what do you need to notice? You need to learn to notice life happening in the moment. If you notice your mind is constantly going into past memories, and it's always going into future imagination, and that's how the mind is constantly going. So you must train your mind to notice what's happening in the present moment. Now, this could be as simple as when you go for a walk, just notice the trees. Just notice the breeze on your skin, the sensation. Just notice the movement of your feet. Just notice your breath. Just notice the clouds and the sky. Just notice the birds chirping. but learn to notice things in the present moment. And you could also learn to sit still for some time and just notice and watch your breath, watch your sensation, watch the sounds. Now you can call this mindfulness meditation, but this you can simply call it as noticing. Learn to notice things in the present moment. So those are the 3 tips that I can give you to manage your mind. Oh, that's the only thing you have control over and you can be responsible for. The first is keep it positive, keep it engaged, and learn to notice. I'll end with a quote from the Bhagavad Gita, which says, "The one who can conquer his mind, then the mind becomes your best friend. And if you fail to do so, then your mind is your worst enemy." So take responsibility over your mind and apply this formula of pen to make your life better. Namaste. Thank you.